In this lesson, I will demonstrate how to make use of your drawing instruments to complete a basic drawing while drawing on paper, and simultaneously teach you how to do the same drawing in DoubleCAD using basic functionalities. And this lesson will teach you the basic use of your drawing equipment, especially the compass, as well as basic techniques of how to do the same drawing in DoubleCAD. Here is the example drawing that we will focus on for the demonstration. Inside of DoubleCAD, I have opened my A3 drawing template. To get started, we're going to go to our options menu, and then we will select the drawing setup tab. The drawing setup window will appear, and we'll go through the list on the left to check if all of the properties are set correctly. On the left, if we click on grid, the grid will be displayed, and we will make sure that all of the settings are as we want them. I keep my show grid off. For this lesson, I will have ortho selected and my spacing set to 5 by 5 millimeters. If we go to the advanced grid, I don't change much here. However, if you want to change your dimensions on the minor X and Y to 1, you can go and do so. We can go now to the space units. At space units, there are a few things that I check. Firstly, if it's a metric, because we make use of the metric system. And I always have my scale set to an absolute. And for this lesson, the scale is also set 1 to 1. The units that we work with is set for millimeters. Everything must be millimeters, and my precision is set to 1. That is all that I check here. At angle, I don't have anything here that I want to change. I just make sure that my precision is set to 1 and the rest as per the default. Next, we have the layers. I make sure that I have all the main layers set up that I need for the drawing. In my first DoubleCAD tutorial, I demonstrate how to set up the layers. I'm going to add another layer that says grid, and you will see why I do that, because of this specific exercise that I want to do. The exercise that I'm busy with is similar to the drawing in your workbooks. Therefore, I'm going to create a new layer that says grid, as I'm going to change its properties. I'm going to change the color of the grid line to blue, and I'm going to make sure that it is a light continuous line and it's got a 0 thickness. I will also check that the settings and properties of my other lines are set correctly, that the colors are correct, that the line styles are correct, and that the line widths are set to a thickness of the lines as they are needed. Currently, none of the layers are locked, so we will discuss this a bit later. At this stage, it will be a good idea to save the file. Make sure that your file name and descriptions are always correct and informative. Thus far, you would have set up a worksheet of the drawing onto your drawing board if you are following the video while drawing on paper. If you are following along on your CAD, you can pause the video and ensure that all the layers are set up and that you have the template open on your screen. Let's start with the drawing. Here is the preview again of the drawing that we want to do as an example. On the far left of the screen are all the drawing tools. We will select the horizontal construction line tool from the options that are available. With the horizontal construction line tool selected, we will start at a proper height on the canvas and draw the horizontal line construction as a guide. We will again go to the tool selection, and this time we will select the vertical construction line tool. On the canvas, we will draw a vertical line construction as a guide. This will provide us with a reference point from which we will start our construction. Now we will select the circle construction tool on the far left. With the circle construction tool selected, we are now going to draw the grid layout of our drawing. Each grid block is spaced 10 mm apart. Therefore, we will place our compass at the starting point, and then with the compass set to 10 mm, we will draw 8 circles, each with a radius of 10 mm, because the total height of our drawing consists of 8 grid blocks on the vertical and the same on the horizontal. To speed up our workflow, we are now going to select the horizontal construction line tool again, and then we're going to go to each of the 10 mm segments and draw a horizontal construction line until we have divided the grid into 8 horizontal lines. While you are drawing on paper, you will do the same steps as what I am doing here on CAD. To start with the vertical construction lines, I will first select the vertical construction line tool. Now I will draw a vertical construction line at the first segment to create the first vertical grid block row. On paper, you will do the same steps with your instruments. With the first vertical construction line drawn, I'm going to select the circle construction line tool again. With the circle construction tool selected, I'm going to now draw the rest of the required segments for the vertical grid blocks. Once this is done, I'm going to select the vertical construction line tool and then draw a vertical construction line through each one of the determined or constructed segments. Again, on paper you will have done the same steps and followed the same procedures. Now we want to start with the actual outlines of the drawing. First we want to make sure that our layers are set up correctly. Go to Options, Drawing Setup and then select Layers. I will make sure that the grid is set to the correct color. I will also change my outlines and solids layer to 1 mm for this demonstration so that the outlines are clearer, but when you draw on CAD you will make it 0.5 mm for the outline because on the print the outline will display correctly. Once I'm satisfied with my layer setup, I will start drawing. Back on our canvas, there are several ways to start with this drawing, and there are several tools that I can use to draw with. In CAD, there are usually several different methods that can be used. One of the ways is to use construction lines, or you can immediately start drawing with solid tools. When drawing on paper, you can also immediately draw some of the lines solid, but sometimes it is good to first do a construction line to plan the layout. I'm going to make sure that I select the correct layer to draw on. Then I will start at the starting point and start drawing with the solid line. I'm connecting each of the outer corners of my shape. In DoubleCAD, you will notice that the alignment is continuous, almost like a polyline, and for the demonstration, I want to show you what happens if I stop at the third point and not finish the last segment of the line. If I were to right-click on the canvas, new options would be available. You have the option to close or to finish the line segments. If you close the line segments, it will create a plane with the 4 line segments seen as one plane. But if you select finish, it will not create a plane and each line segment will be seen as a separate entity. For this purpose, I'm just going to select finish and therefore each line segment will be seen separately and not as a plane. I'm going to finish the outlines by selecting the line tool. Make sure that you are snapping to the exact beginning and end of each line, and it is best to zoom in on the place that you want to snap to. To finish the drawing of the line segment, you can now press Escape on the keyboard or you can right-click Finish. Next, I will again select the line tool option and start drawing all of the horizontal lines on the grid to create the grid layout. You will follow the same process on your paper drawing, making use of your board, ruler and instruments. I will speed up the process so that it goes a bit quicker. To do the vertical lines, I will again select the line tool. I will then draw all the vertical grid lines and I will speed up the process so that it goes a bit quicker. You will follow the same process on your paper drawing, making use of your instruments. The next thing that I want to do is select all of the grid lines that I've drawn and put them onto the correct layer, because the lines are too dark at this stage and we want to make sure that they are in the background so that when we draw the solid lines they are visible on top of the grid lines. In your worksheet, these grid lines have been printed for you already. We select all of the grid lines first and then we will go to the layers option and then select the grid layer. We need to check all of the layer settings so that the properties we created from the start will be applied to the selected layer that we are using. We will also go back to our layer setting under the options menu just to make sure that our setup is done correctly. I want to change the color of the grid layer to light blue. Once I'm happy with the setup of the layer, I'm going to select by layer for each one of the functions of that layer. I can also toggle on or off the lock key of a layer, which will prevent me from accidentally selecting that layer. I can also make a layer visible or invisible by clicking on the eye symbol. Once I'm happy with my layer settings, I can finally continue to draw the first solid lines of my drawing. Referring to our example drawing, we are now going to start with the solid lines by selecting the circle tool. To first explain the process, I'm going to select the construction circle tool as a setup to draw the solid arc. I will place my compass at one of the corners of the grid and draw the first construction arc. This will give me the guideline of where I want to place the solid arc. Now I will select the solid circle tool and I will make sure that I'm busy drawing on the correct layer and that all my properties for the layer are set correctly by layer. With my solid circle tool selected, I will place my compass at the corner of the grid and draw the first solid arc using the guideline that I've created with my constructions tool. Now I will trim the drawn circle with the split entities tool so that the beginning and the end of the arc snap to the opposite corners of the grid. I will now delete the excess arcs. I do not need the construction circle in the background anymore, and therefore I'm going to go to Edit, Clear All Constructions, and this will clean up my canvas. If you are drawing on paper, you will follow the same steps and methods explained here. There are several ways to continue with the drawing. You can continue to draw the circle constructions first before you draw your final arc, or if you are confident enough, you can draw the solid arcs. For this we will use another tool, and this tool is called Start Center End. I make use of this tool a lot. It is the same as drawing an arc on paper. Now you will place your compass at the corner of the grid, and with the solid arc tool selected, you will draw the next big arc. You will continue to do this from each of the corners of the grid until you have replicated the example drawing. Once again, referring back to our example drawing, we are going to continue with the other solid lines, starting with the big circle in the center. Once the circle is drawn, we are going to draw the diamond shape in the middle. Again, once the lines have been drawn, you will have the option to either close or finish the line segments. You will learn that the sequence in which you draw is entirely up to you. While referencing the example image, I'm now going to draw the smaller circles on the inside of the big arcs. As with every line that I draw, I'm checking to make sure that I'm on the right layer and that the properties of that layer are set correctly, and then I will continue to draw the smaller circles onto each correct position as per the example drawing. We are now nearing the end of our drawing construction, and there are only a few details left to be drawn. While we are busy with the finishing touches and drawing the last lines in our drawing, make sure that you are drawing on the correct layer and that the right tool has been selected. As we draw, we make sure that we zoom in on the detail that we want to snap to. Be careful, it is easy to accidentally snap to the wrong intersection or reference point. Now that you have completed the diagonal line, you will also draw in the rest of the remaining straight lines to complete the solid outlines of the drawing. I'm going to fast forward the video here just to show you the final procedures. Please remember that you will do the same on the paper drawing and follow the same method. Finally, we will do another check on our example drawing and make sure that we haven't missed any details. You will have to draw all the required center lines in by yourself at the end of the drawing. Another requirement for the drawing is to add the heading or name of the drawing. To do that, we are going to the text selection icon and we will be going to set up the default properties for our text that we can use every time we want to type in text. After you have selected the text icon, the text properties screen will pop up. Now you will select text on the left side of the pop-up screen. You will now have the option to change the font size or height of the text and any other properties of the text that you would like to change. This will then become the default property when you are doing text within your drawing. Let's start by adding a name for this drawing that says Drawing Techniques. Remember that all writing must be done in capital block letters and that you may only write in pencil. Now that we have given the drawing a name, we are going to draw construction lines so that we can snap the drawing name into its correct position. Once the construction lines are drawn in place, we select Text. With the text selected, you will see that there are handles that appear around the text. It is important to make sure that your vertex snaps are selected. To do precise snapping, we have to make use of the Alt-D shortcut, which will then give us the snap aperture reference point. We will then select the middle handle at the bottom of the text. Now we can click and drag the yellow dot, which represents the snap aperture reference point, to snap to the correct intersection, and we can place our text in the middle below our drawing. Once we have snapped our text in the correct position, we will do the final cleanup of our drawing by getting rid of all the construction lines, and for that we will again go to Edit, Clear All Constructions. And that will conclude this drawing. Thank you very much for watching.